I got a question for you guys. I wonder how you're experiencing the times. Yes, I have new color eyebrows. um, I want to ask you about time. So, I am experiencing non-linear time. As soon as I decide to allow the energy of my body, of my, like, what drives me, my gut, like I'm a generator, right? So I answer to sacral energy, which is coming from the gut. Like, yeah, I feel like doing that. And I keep trying to strategize things, but then I get stuck with, like, okay, but how do I plan for tomorrow? Like, I like having the next 3 days, like knowing that there's stuff that I really feel like doing, which is what is happening now. But it feels like, for me, I don't know how you guys are doing it, but it feels like we're already in non-linear time. Okay, let me know how you're doing. Yeah. Okay, what do I mean by non-linear time? So I have this thing going on where I'm trying to teach myself or learn about how I can have structure in a day. And now I gotta show you, why do I need structure in my day? So here you see my chart. This is a human design chart, okay? So there's these arrows right above around the head. So the first arrow, which is on the left-hand side, for me is pointing to the left. That means that my energy works well with having some kind of structure during the day. So I know what container my energy is pouring into. Like, now it's going in this container. When this container is done, it's going into that container. And I'm not kind of starting the day being like, okay, what containers are we doing? Then I really lose a lot of energy. So what I'm realizing is that it's not so much about doing the actual structure, but just knowing that I have a structure that works for me, and that if nothing else is like taking me off of that track, then that's what I'm doing. Excuse me. Then that's what I'm doing. So it gives me the sense of peace that when I go to sleep, that I know what am I gonna do tomorrow. When I wake up, I have peace because, oh yes, let's start the day. Of course I'm doing this, and then I'm doing that, and then I'm doing that. Hey dear people, I made the video yesterday about nonlinear time. It didn't really, my phone was too full for me to finish the video. But today I've done this kind of a ritual that is done today. These are flowers, but they're also herbs. And in many places today they celebrate, I'm not sure what the English word is. It's the day that Mother Mary, you know, in the Christian faith, that she dies, or they say she sleeps, the everlasting sleep, and then her whole body is taken to heaven. She's like, the story is that she's the only one who doesn't die. Like, God comes and takes her to heaven, full body and all. But that's, I know that not because I'm religious. I did grow up with a lot of Catholic influences, but how do we do this? Yeah, I know it especially from art history, and I've made a lot of drawings about it, and it's called the Dormitio, which means the sleep. So in a lot of cultures, this is a day that is celebrated, and the older pagan rituals are more looking at Mother Mary as the mother archetype, and getting blessings from nature and from all the mother ancestors. Oop, that's a little bit dark. And so there's lots of herbs that are growing now in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, it's that, like, the climax of summer, so the sun has shone and put all of its, like, sun power and warmth onto the herbs. So there's a kind of ripeness in the herbs. I was with my friend again, who knows so much. It was such a pleasure to do that with her. Anyway, so we picked these flowers, and then you hang them somewhere in the house for protection and all kinds of good blessings for the year. Now, there's another reason why I'm filming this right now about nonlinear time. All right, so this is a special day, and I hope I get to post this today. But yeah, this nonlinear time, what do I mean by that? So it happened again today that right as I'm doing this action, and I'm feeling like, oh, I wish or I need this thing, like I am following the flow. I am letting my soul take me on the ride that I need to be on. I know what things that I need to do in order to be in alignment, and sometimes I don't know what it is, and then the journey is finding out. But yeah, I was saying to a friend yesterday, I'm a little bit red because I was at the water again in the sun. And I was saying to my friends as I was doing these readings that, oh, I wish there was someone who would reflect back to me what it is that I'm doing, because it's difficult for me to formalize into words exactly what my mission is and why I'm reading astrology and human design for others. And actually, a few hours earlier, another friend had already texted me an exact text describing my energy and what I'm here to do as a mission. So that's what I mean by non-linear time. That things are happening not because I constructed it in my head, like, okay, now I got to do this, and then that will happen, and like going from A to B to C to Z to get things done. But like the universe kind of drops in the gifts that you need in order to take the next step. So yeah, what is nonlinear time? It's it's like the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is gathering all the information, and as it relates to time, it would be like looking at the clock, seeing how much time would it in a linear sense take to do a thing. And then non-linear is like wisdom, is like instead of gathering data and sorting it all out to find exactly what you need, it's having this faith that that with all the experience that you have, the answer to the question that you have is within or will come to you, because there is no time or space, and you are everything. You are connected to everything, and you actually need to be in the state of being so that you can receive an answer. And that state of being is so different from pursuing knowledge. You know, one is this more like going to get it and seeking. The other is, the question came, I'm curious about this. That's an energy of like, and then calming the inner turmoil, as if there would be waves inside, calming them down and allowing the answer to surface in this within this clarity. Like there needs to be stillness so that the answer can come and whisper itself. Usually intuition, if it's like your intuition that works with that, the intuition doesn't scream things. That's more an emotional charge. If you, unless you're like in some very intense situation, maybe your intuition will suddenly scream at you, but usually no. So for daily life, you need to, yeah, in order to be in non-linear time, there needs to be some adjustment to peace, like inner peace, to let the more subtle waves of things be able to flow through you, and so you can catch them, so you can understand, this is this is what I was needing. And yeah, it's just a very beautiful state of being. I'm not always there, but it's definitely something that's grown over the years. It helps to have a lot of trust. For me, in my particular case, it really helps to understand why it works like that, you know? To have some kind of understanding of how the system is, how the structures of reality work, so that I can spot them and can use that knowledge. It just gives me a whole lot of capacity to surrender to the moments. Obviously, if you've been watching my stuff, then you know that this is not the way that I always am. I also have a lot of big, yeah, sensations come through and a lot of pressure to deal with. But this is also there. So, how are you with all of this kind of information? Do you ever feel like you're in nonlinear time? You know, it's the kind of thing where you think of someone or something and you get the sense like, yeah, now is the right moment to call them, or now is the right moment to do this or that. And at other moments, like someone who is in the more linear world will hear you say like, oh yeah, this is all of my things that I want to have happen. And they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, then you got to do this and then you got to do that. And it's like, they're not even sensing the energies of timing. And nonlinear is, just to give you a reason why you would want that, is it's this, it's not working to get things done, so there's not that energy of that. And I suppose that if you had a very different human design, that might be something that you actually want, to have energy and do things linearly, like check off all your to-do list one by one. But you might also have these arrows pointing to the right. There's the head of the body graph. I'm not looking at the top ones, I'm looking at the bottom ones. When they point to the right, it means that life tends to happen for you and to you, and you're adjusting your frequency in order to attract the right things. So you're not actively making life happen. And if you have them pointing to the left, then you have somewhat more of an active role in getting things done and making it happen, or at least showing the universe that you're being active, and that's how your energy is activating, or your aura is activating for the things that you want to manifest. But then, like, you're always manifesting life. If you stop manifesting life, then you're dead. Like, the whole thing about life is it's manifesting itself the whole time. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that I guess I'm in nonlinear time, and that my way of doing that is being a little bit passive and allowing life to come to me. And yeah, just experiencing that. So I wonder how you're doing, and do you experience that? And I wonder how have you ever looked at your body graph and these arrows? It's very uncommon to look at that with human design. It's a little bit obscure. So thanks for watching this. I hope it made you curious, and see you next time. And let me know if you have any comments.